So let's be honest, the Quest 3 headband kinda sucks. I've smacked and broken quite a few of them already. However, set me over theirs to be the next sacrificial one. We're gonna open it up, see how it lasts, and how many smacks it can take until I break it. So opening the box, we can see another box. Popping that sucker open with some little bit malicious force because it is a awful tight box. See more trash bags. Yes, so if you need more trash bags, I mean, you get a couple with these, so hopefully you can fill us with all the disappointment or excitement you may have for this newly purchased product. So crumpling that up, tossing it beside for later, to hopefully fill it with dog poop, and taking out the other headband. Now we can see it comes in 3 pieces. This is quite common for a lot of these, and all you gotta do is just snap this in. I actually don't know which way it goes, but I assume the bigger way is up. That way, it hopefully fits your chunky head. Now I'm maliciously forcing it in, because you gotta use a little bit of your ape or gamer strength to squeeze that in, and then the top piece, which I actually don't use the top piece, so judge me all you want in the comments. I just don't like it. And honestly, I find this without it pretty comfortable. However, the top strap does feel pretty good. The memory foam is pretty nice on this, like all of them. And of course, I just realized I put everything upside down. So now, okay, 3rd time's a charm. So now that we flip it around and put it on right, now this is why you always read instruction. And now that we have it back on, we can see it's actually got a pretty nice dial. It's actually a pretty thin dial. It's actually a nice profile here. The dial seems to hold it pretty well. So I can see they actually use some pretty nice screws, and hopefully they hold up when I do the flex test. So let's toss it on. Now, if you don't know how to toss it on, I got videos linked down below that shows you how to. It's pretty easy. It's just the opposite of putting one on. You just, instead of popping on, you just maliciously break it off with your gamer strength. And you just squeeze it in the hole. Now this one actually has a pretty massive overlap. I don't know if you can see it there. It doesn't look right to me. But it does go on fairly easy, so I can't really complain about that. Now cranking it back. Now popping off my glasses so I can put this on, because I actually have Quest 3 prescription lenses in this. If you don't know what those are, I'll leave a link down below for the video. It's actually pretty cool. They're prescription lenses for your Quest, and they just snap right in. But tossing it on, I actually think it's pretty comfortable. It's a pretty standard headband. And the top piece, I mean, you could always toss on. However, for me, who kind of takes mine on and off a lot while at work and while just playing around with it, I think taking the top strap off is the best thing. It kind of gives off vibes of the Quest Pro. Now hopping over to the abuse test, don't worry, even if this does break, I will hopefully give it a second life as some other DIY project. So let's start abusing this thing. So the first test is kind of scrolling the scroll wheel all the way out and see how much inner force it can take until it starts pushing in. So it actually holds up pretty well. Oh, wait, did we have a failure? Oh yeah, it didn't even take much force. You can kind of see where it flexed. So I don't know if they guarantee bending or anything like the other headbands, which I noticed like a lot of the Tech, it definitely feels like a different material. This definitely feels like a cheaper plastic. It is a cheaper headband, so take in mind you get what you pay for. This is definitely a cheaper one. And oh, I'm not gonna push it a whole lot more because we already kind of broke it. And that didn't really survive that long. Usually it takes a good flex, but you can kind of see it right there. So let's crank it back in. And if you remember from the Tech, another one I like to do is have it about halfway out and kind of flex inwards, and that kind of places a little force. It kind of simulates getting dropped or hit, and I'm already seeing it starting to, I can already see it flexing now. Just remember, this is a cheaper headband. When you spend more money, you're gonna get a better product. AMVR does make some good stuff, so I can't say much negative stuff, but I can definitely tell this is starting to flex. So I think they just used a cheaper piece of plastic for the adjustable piece. However, it's still a little disappointing. I will still use it though, 100%, because I think this is nice. And yeah, the hinges do hold up to kind of normal wear and tear. We pop it off and kind of give it a little bit of force. And yeah, the hinges do pass. The hinges are definitely good on this. I can definitely tell they're using a nice and bigger screw, which is not really super common with these headbands. Usually that's where they cheap out. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give it a slap of shame because they really did have a fail point here. Now, if they used a better material, I think this would be awesome. However, if this is just you using it and you're taking good care of it and treating your electronics right, this headband will definitely last. However, from what I'm seeing, if you have a lot of family members that play your VR headset, or a lot of friends that kind of hop around and use it a lot, I wouldn't recommend this headband. Make sure you subscribe, and of course, I'll catch you in the next one.